In the mid-2000s, we were contacted by the Swiss Development Corporation to help them design a series of methods and protocols to help them monitor and assess the rangeland condition. Because of the short growing season, vegetables are not a large part of the herder's diet. So they were reliant on meat and dairy products from an assortment of animals that are common throughout the country, which include sheep, goats, cows, horses, and camels. In 2008, when I became involved with this project, I went to Mongolia with Jeff Herrick and Brandon Bestelmeyer and worked with a group of scientists there. In 2009, 10, and 11, I was part of a large field campaign where we met with local technicians throughout the country to set up monitoring at their range sites. And in the end, we ended up covering 5 different ecological zones throughout the country of Mongolia. A lot of the equipment that we've used over the years to measure vegetation and soils on the site is very simple. We dig a hole and we describe the types of soil textures that are in those holes by horizon. We describe the colors of the soils, and we determine carbonates and gravel content. Very simple things that you can do quickly. Also, we measure vegetation cover, and these simple tools are what we've left with technicians throughout the country to enable them to measure vegetation each year, because in remote parts of the country it's very difficult for people to travel to those sites. We rely on the local people to make these measurements that we've trained them to do over time.
The Mongolians, in collaboration with the Courtright Experimental Range, are collecting soil and vegetation data, which is then being stored in DEMA, the Database for Inventory Monitoring and Assessment. When I came into the project in 2009, they had collected the first year of field data, and the Mongolians had entered it into our database, and I came in to help them make changes to the database and also help them better understand how to use the database. In 2010, I went over to Mongolia to do a database training. In addition to my trip to Mongolia, I've trained 3 delegations from Mongolia. These delegations consisted of individuals from different universities as well as other agencies. These individuals were going to take the knowledge that they learned here at the Courtright back to Mongolia and train their co-workers so that they could expand the use of the database. The Mongolian government has adopted our methodologies and therefore the use of the database. In fact, they're going to take our database and turn it into a national database, not only to house the pre-existing monitoring data from the last 25 years, plus the 3 years that we've been over there, but future data that they're going to utilize for maintaining their rangelands.